Ravens. Joke, 26 years old. Rolls that 82 overall team out there. Let's be honest, it's all about the 94. Lamar Jackson, buckle up, folks, here we go. And Lamar will squeeze his way through to the 27. That's a quick 8.
Yeah, this offense is ridiculous. The formation Joke's coming out, and it's actually called the Taysom Hill formation out of the Saints playbook. And the reason he likes it is it has that QB blast, but it also allows him to audible to better passing formations like you saw him just do, go down to that gun punch. So he is very versatile in this playbook.
No disrespect to Taysom Hill, but this is a whole different ball game when you talk about Lamar. And he will use his leg. Trey Waynes try to close down on him, but not before he picks up the first down.
Yeah, Penguins is going to have to be careful, Scott. He was so consumed by that QB blast play out of the Taysom Hill formation that you can't forget that Joke has other options out of this playbook. He'll go to bunch, he'll go to tight offset, he'll go to wide trips. You see him in the tight offset right now. So he's going to be able to mix up his play calling. It's not all about the Taysom Hill package.
And Lamar gets to the edge again. 3 carries, 17 yards. And remember, he throws in a little bit of identifier in there too. So you can also see where the user is. And on that last play, Penguins using Brandon King, the 10 capper.
Yeah, that identifier, it's an ability that allows you to see who your opponent on defense is using, and that's a great ability to have if you're looking to quick hike a guy. He might be trying to set up his defense. You see him get stuck on his defensive tackle. You hike it. You don't got to worry about him lurking. So that's a tricky ability right there with the identifier. Not a lot of people using it.
Yeah, we got a pause coming in just for the moment. 2nd and 3.
In case you were wondering, Scott, that identifier will cost you 8 cap towards your salary.
And Lamar won't get there, so here comes a 3rd down. And I guess that's very important when you're talking about this kind of offense, when you're thinking about what lanes, if you're going to go inside, outside.
Yeah, it's a huge tackle right there for Penguins. You do not want, that's how you want Lamar to make his living. 2 or 3 yards, get hits on him. You just don't want him to break that big one.
Nearly 2 minutes already gone by, and that's the real backbone of this offense, is that clock just keeps moving. Joke once again needs 2.
Nowhere.
And he's going to throw this one up for grabs, and Trey Waynes had it in his hands for a moment. And here comes a 4th and 2.
And this is the matchup Penguins wanted. When I talked to him, he told me a story about how Joke was throwing some shade at him on Twitter, saying, this guy almost made a live event in 19. Are you kidding me? He took that to heart, and he said, you know what? I'm going to show Joke in this game. He should keep my name out of his mouth. I am the real deal, and I've been looking forward to this. So definitely playing with a chip on his shoulder is Free the Penguins. Wants Joke to put some respect on his name.
Yeah, he's pretty hyped up about it. And on 4th down, he'll pick up the 1st down. Has a block to the outside. And will wiggle his way to the 39-yard line in plus territory. Biggest play of the game.
This offense is just hard to stop, Scott. He comes out, he's got that QB blast that has big play potential at every time. And right when you think you got him keyed in on that, he just goes to a gun bunch. He has the slot apprentice with Marvin Harrison, so he could run that formation as good as about anybody. He's just got options in this offense, and that's just an experienced move from Joke, coming to this tournament with a unique playbook that people don't have a lot of reps against, and it's been paying off for him so far.
Lamar once again lost a yard, and so here comes the 2nd and 11. It's hard to believe, RG, 31 teams passed on Lamar Jackson.
You gotta be kicking yourself in the butt. You know who looks like a genius is that Ravens GM.
And while the Bears are moving up to take Trubisky, you got Ravens just sitting back, waiting for the right player to fall in their lap. And certainly quite a year for the Ravens. But we're here in the AFC North with the Browns and the Bengals instead. And Lamar tightropes his way to the 23.
And I'll tell you what, Scott, this QB blast out of this Taysom Hill formation is hard to stop when you just run it with Taysom Hill. But now you got Joke out there with the fast break ability that gives him instant control when he hikes it on a design QB run, and the speed of Lamar Jackson. This is just a serious, serious play that you need to be a top-level player to contain. And the way he's mixing it up, he's not letting you sniff it out. He's just very surgical with this offense so far.
Starting to pick up yards and chunks now. Lamar, he'll escape his way out and slide down at the 18. He's now in the red zone. 8 carries for 64 yards. That's 8 yards a rip.
And keep in mind, it all has to be with Lamar Jackson. Joke did not spend any cap on a running back. He made that decision. So if he's going to be moving the ball on the ground, it's going to be Lamar Jackson doing it for him.
And this will be Lamar once again. Throwing some shade at Rex Burkhead.
I mean, he's a 10 cap 75 speed halfback, Scott. No one's trying to give the ball to Rexy with this much money on the line.
So Joe matriculating down the field with 50 seconds remaining here in the first. They had possession for almost the entire quarter.
And this guy Joke, Scott. I mean, he's already made over $120,000 playing Madden. He can make an additional $10K for himself if he wins this ball game right here. I mean, if you're Penguins, you really have a chance right here to test yourself against one of the best in the business and really take your Madden status to that next level if you could sneak away with a win here in this final 16 of the club championship.
I mean, he's got a legend in there at running back. This happens to be Ray Guy. At the end of the first, it'll be 2nd and 5. Put 5 more minutes on the clock. Where did the first quarter go?
With Lamar Jackson and that QB blast just running it and moving the chains. Good tackle right there, though, from Penguins, sealing that edge.
Denzel Ward, the former Buckeye, coming up and making the hit. And that's what you're going to need. You're going to need that speed on speed.
Yeah, Denzel Ward, that's the full Denzel Ward with the sprinter cam. He's going to be 94 speed. He'll be able to chase down Lamar. And I like it, Scott.
It's a quarterback.
Penguins is containing the outside, forcing Joke. If you're going to want to run this, you better go up the middle. Way to get stingy in the red zone if you're Nico Gugarty.
And that'll force them to kick the field goal. Wow. Nearly takes up 6 minutes in the opening drive of the game, but behind Keith Bullock, able to stand tall for Penguins, and now he's going to get a chance to have the rock as he dives out of bounds here at DeMarco.
And that's a win for Penguins, Scott. Coming into this game, he had the 28th ranked rush defense and the 32nd ranked pass defense. He was 32nd last out of everybody in total defense. So for him to hold Joke to 3 points on that opening drive, that has to be a win for Penguins, seeing how defense is the weak part of his game.
This is Joke's 9th major. He's won 68 games, 68 and 27. While Penguins is looking for his 13th win, currently 12 and 3. Just getting going for the 18-year-old.
Funny thing is, Penguins just got into competitive Madden last year, and when he made the LCQ, his mom thought it was a scam. She's like, Nico, no one's paying for you to go to San Francisco and play for this big money. She came out here with them, found out that this is real, and she's been all in ever since. And now finally she gets him on the stream in a big game this year. It's got to be hypage in the Gugarty household right now.
Down in Naples, Florida. Trying to see if Penguins had come up with a huge upset, especially after the dominating performance by Joke.
It's been this receiver in that post route that you got to watch out for.
And Michael Vick. Pretty much the dream Madden scenario right now. Vick taking on Lamar Jackson.
Oh, how good is that, huh?
2nd and 1 now at the 34-yard line. Vick. And Mike's just going to throw this up. Hester trying to run under it. And Dion will pick it off.
It's got room.
And Prime Time will take it out to the 48-yard line.
Oh my goodness, that was a big time play from Joke. You see right here, Penguins rolling out, Joke with the manual rush, and then that is full Dion. He gets all the way up to 97 speed. That post route is dangerous, but it's not going to be dangerous when you're Dion with that much speed. Joe clicks on and makes the interception.
Lamar almost got boxed up for a second, then throws a dart that hits Hester in the chest.
It looked like Hester completely dumped out right there when he went into get open mode. Tough break for Joke. I will say, if you Joke, that shouldn't happen, but if you really don't want that to happen, you have to click onto that receiver and make the play yourself. Joke didn't do that right there and got very unlucky.
I guess Hester's used to catching punts. 2nd and 10. Lamar rolls out. Here's Joke. Gets a block, slides down near the marker. I think it's going to be just shy. Here comes the 3rd and inches.
This will be interesting. Let's see what he goes to on 3rd and inches. Remember, he doesn't have a legit running back here. So, yeah, you're going to see him come out in the shotgun because...
And he'll just power his way through. That's ridiculous. 14 carries, 83 yards.
It's going to be interesting to see if people come up with defense for this QB blast out to Taysom Hill formation, because it just looks so dangerous.
And Jerome Baker comes over and he's able to make the stop.
When Joke's running that, he's got his ball carrier setting. It's a coach adjustment on conservative, which is going to decrease his fumble chance. He's not trying any ball carrier moves with Lamar, so he's doing everything he can to just pick up the yards and give Lamar the lowest fumble chance possible.
We're already at the 2-minute warning. 3-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd. It's been a low-scoring game. Joke looking to the outside. That's a tight window, and somehow Tyreek squeezes it.
Oh, you could see the look on Penguin's face. He thought he baited him. He clicked on, tried to get the yicks in. Joke was a little too sticks in and moves the chains.
That'll push him into the red zone now. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and when he's in this formation, he's going to audible to the wide trips.
I just didn't know Ray Guy could block like this. And Lamar to the outside, to the pylon! And they're going to say he stepped out at the 1.
Yeah, this is the key to this play. You cannot let Lamar get to the outside of the numbers. If he's going to beat you with this play, you want him to do it up the middle of the field. Letting him get outside those tackles, he's just turning it into big gain after big gain.
And Lamar will push his way in. And Joke with the PAT will now go up 10-0. And he got 9 minutes gone by, and Penguins has touched the ball once.
This is just tough. I mean, people came into this tournament expecting Joke to be in that Oakland offense, running that single back wing flex that we saw him running earlier in the year. Nobody expected him in the Saints playbook, and he has just caught everybody off guard. And like I said, the first time you see it, it's nothing nice. Deliverance came back into that players round. She said, good luck, boys. That thing is tough, and doesn't look like Deliverance was lying, because Joke in complete control right now.
Vic will just throw it away.
What Joke's doing is he's manually rushing with Troy Polamalu. Penguins used to being able to roll out, buy himself some time, but probably not used to the defender on the other line just setting that edge on by himself and crashing down, and that's what Joke's been doing. And you got to think it's because Joke's just had so many reps against this West Coast offense. He's in that EMB crew. There's plenty of people that run this offense on an elite level. So this is something that Joke is very comfortable facing against.
52 seconds left in the half. Does have some timeouts and has some room. And he'll step out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 1.
There you go. Joke played coverage that time. Wasn't there to set the edge himself. It allowed Vic to scramble outside that pocket, pick up a gain. Big 3rd and 1 here, Coltrane.
Vic with Chris Johnson off to his left.
Yeah, you just have to watch that post route coming from the flanker side.
Hester takes a step in, but no one blocks him. throws across his body, and Tyreek will get to the 49, and he'll burn his first time out.
It's a big play right there for Free the Penguins. Gets outside the pocket, has the double crossers, makes the right read, continues to move the chains. And remember, this is a guy, he has the number 8 ranked pass offense in this entire tournament, so we know he's capable to get it done on the offensive side of the ball.
Vic steps and throws. There's Marvin Harrison, the former Syracuse legend. And all of a sudden, he's in field goal range.
Yeah, both of these guys have the same receiving core. We call it the Triple H, and I'm not talking WWE. They got Hester, Hill, and Harrison, and that's a dangerous wide receiver core. It's probably the most popular wide receiver core we've seen in this whole tournament, and it's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, Hester replacing another H, Dante Hall, who apparently just doesn't have the speed now. And Tyreek will get to the 21. Now you got to be careful of the runoff.
He's running out of time.
And he's going to spike this. Spike it and kick the 3. Cool, calm, and collective for the 18-year-old. And he'll send Sam Finken out there to kick it through.
Well played right here if you're Penguins. I believe you're going to get the ball to start the second half. You make it a one-possession ball game. Would have loved 7, but he'll take the 3. We got ourselves a good one, Coltrane.
Well, makes it a one-score game here at the half. 10-3. And we've seen a lot of good safeties here at the Madden Club Championship. And make sure that you link your EA account to Twitch. Receive Twitch drops with a chance to win an exclusive Troy Polamalu Madden Club Championship reward. A 9-1 overall. Sign me up for that one. Anytime you can add Troy P to the back end, that's a good decision.
Oh, you've seen it here at the Madden Championship. I mean, he's got to be on at least about 80% of the rosters.
Well, here at the half, 10-3, so a late field goal gives Penguins the chance now to receive the opening second half kickoff with the opportunity to go down here and tie this ball game.
Oh, this is good, Scott. This is good. If you're Penguins, you've been waiting all year for your redemption against Joke.
He's got B. Hester.
Oh, but Dion is so
that Dion's just out of control.
Oh, man.
Out of control.
And you heard Penguin say it. Usually that's a touchdown. He said, oh, that Dion is just so fast. What is usually a touchdown is no longer a touchdown because of that speed of Deion Sanders.
It's screaming, and Vic's just got to throw it away, and it's lucky that he got outside the tackle box there. And here comes a 3rd and 10.
And that's a smart adjustment by Joke to get the full Deion Sanders, knowing this meta of West Coast, knowing people love that deep arm on the post route, and knowing to get a defender that has the speed to defend it. That's world-class preparation from Ray Del Brito, a.k.a. Joke.
Vic here on 3rd down.
Nothing.
And it's a fumble. It's on the ground. And he's able to pick it up. And here comes 4th down. He's going to go.
Oh, this is scary, Scott. If you're Penguins going for it on this 4th and 14, this could make or break you. If you get stopped right here, Joke's already in field goal range to make it 2 possessions. Joke's going to call a timeout because he knows how big this play is, Scott. This is a big one.
Got to get past the 41-yard line. Keep the drive alive. It's only a 1-score game. Is that confidence, or is that more of a nod to, I don't think I can stop Joke?
I think that's what it is, just knowing that Joke's offense is that good. But, I mean, he's such a good defensive player. This is going to be tough for Penguins to pick up. You got to watch the corner route from Marvin Harrison with that slot apprentice ability. Maybe a deep dig.
Almost to the 42.
Looks like he's got out routes.
To move the chains. Mike Vick gets on the edge. Nothing there. Got to throw it up, though. And he'll throw across his body. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. So Joke's going to get the ball at the 27, up by a touchdown.
Can you imagine that, Scott? A $10,000 game of Madden in 4th and 14 in your own territory, down 7 early in the 3rd quarter. And you're willing to go for it. You just have to convert in those situations. And now Joke in complete control.
Joke only giving up 9 points per game. He's been very stingy here in salary cap. Picks up 3 there on first down. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Lamar. And Trey Waynes with the initial contact, but Keith Bullock at 93 overall comes over and makes the play.
Yeah, and if you're Joke right now, you just can't be in any rush. You got to take your time, make sure that clock keeps moving, and this play clock right there, you don't want to hike it until that's about down to, you know, below 5 seconds. You got to milk as much as that as you can.
And here we go again. Lamar, former Louisville Cardinal, is now over 100 yards, 21 carries, and a touchdown. Just a 7-point game, but he needs Lamar to cough it up here. And he's going to be smart and decide to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game.
Yeah, 100% want to make it a 2-score game.
Perfect. Don't even try.
This will be Boswell.
Curious to see if Joe takes all of this time down. We saw him hike it a little prematurely earlier. Looks like he's just going to milk it all. No, leave 7 seconds on the clock. I don't like that, Scott.
Nevertheless, it's a 10-point game now.
If you're Joe, Scott, you got too much experience playing competitive Madden to be prematurely hiking the ball in those situations. A little uncharacteristic from him.
And DeMarco will lay down at the 24, and now the clock starting to become a factor for Penguins, with certainly Joke on the other side. If he gets it back, he'll have potential to take another 3 or 4 minutes off the clock. You need a quick strike. Vick once again. The lefty rolls to the right and just has to throw it away. Just 3 of 9 for 42 yards.
What he's doing is he's max protecting, and Joke is just all over the 2 or 3 routes that he's sending out there. He's in love with that deep post, and he just ends up running around with Vickens with nowhere to go. It's just great defense from Joke.
Vick again, trying to run away from the defender, and gets forced out of bounds by Troy Polamalu at the 32. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Free the Penguins, man. You just need to go down and get yourself some points. You're still all the way back in this ball game.
Vick.
He might have him.
And Hester this time will break away from Dion, and he's down to the red zone.
That's 97 speed versus 97 speed, and if that's not Deion Sanders, that's more than likely a touchdown. But regardless, more importantly, that's a big play for Penguins to get himself in field goal range and give the offense some much needed momentum. We got ourselves a ball game again, Scott.
Joke still looking for his first belt. Heard a lot of wild comments, like maybe he's the best that doesn't have a belt. This guy by the name of Problem, maybe you've heard of him. He won't bluff me.
Yeah, I mean, what, Problem's been in 4 straight. I mean, 4 final games in this era, dominated my era, so I could agree with you on that one. But Joke not far behind. This is as elite as it gets.
He's got to be number 2 in the conversation, no doubt about it.
Sure.
1st and 10. 13-3.
Yeah, if you're Penguins, you got Chris Johnson with this jukebox. Maybe use it a little bit.
He'll hand it off, and he'll just get a few.
I mean, seriously, Scott, I forgot he even had the jukebox out there with Chris Johnson. He's just been so happy.
I know you
got bunch happy out here.
You run out there and you use like 60-something cap, and then you don't even hand him the football. He'll work his way to the 18.
And sometimes when you're going up against a guy like Joke, you can just kind of psych yourself out. You kind of tell yourself, oh, Joke's going to have run defense. It's not going to work versus him. But no, you got to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And Chris Johnson, one of your biggest playmakers on this team, especially with that jukebox ability.
I mean, he's no Ray Guy at running back, but sure. 3rd and 7.
The troll train.
And Vick will look to the back of the end zone, and Hester couldn't haul it in.
Oh my gosh, you saw Penguins pop out of his seat. He thought he got Dottie with a hottie. Instead, it's dropped, and now he's got to settle for 3.
Kick is up, and it is good. So we're back to a 1-score game. But you know what, Joke, you got it. I mean, just one touchdown would make him say, all right, well, I mean, all he's thinking right now is all I got to do is get in field goal range again.
Oh, for sure. If you're Joke, you're super happy to milk this clock. Like you said, all you need to do is get in field goal range, not a touchdown, make it 2 possessions. But you know what, more importantly, if you're Free the Penguins, you fought your butt off to keep the game this close. If there's a time for you to step up, it's now. You got to make a play on defense, Nico. You're making it look too easy for Joke to get into field goal range and into this red zone.
Lamar, first down. And a little bit more, and he's forced out at the 50, right at midfield, with 22 seconds to go in the third. He's starting to get some big plays now. And I think he's going to take this one to the 4th quarter. 13-6. Joke trying to move on. Put 10 more grand in his pocket. That'll take him up to 130 grand. Put your 4s up. We're headed to the 4th quarter. Presented by Snickers.
Oh, no, don't pressure him.
This party's garbage.
That bad, huh?
It is that bad. It's like a bag of zero.
Try this creamy Snickers. You could use a little smoothness.
Is that one of the zeros?
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and creamy Snickers.
13-6. Joke with the ball and the lead. Just 5 minutes separating him. We're taking one more step here in the Madden 20 Club Championship.
I just want to know where the creamy Snickers are at. I've gotten regular Snickers since I've been here, but no one's thrown me any of the creamy joints. What's going on here?
Something tells me we can make it happen.
Make it happen.
Even the runs that look like they're bottled up are still 5.
Yeah, it seems like Penguins defense could use a Snickers right now because they need to wake up and make a play. Joke's still not in field goal range here. You still have an opportunity to stay stingy, keep yourself back in the ball game, but only a few yards left before Joke gets into field goal range and really gets that much closer to putting you away.
2nd and 5 now. Lamar again, and this time can't get around the edge.
It's a huge defense right there. If you're Penguins, that's what you needed. Now you get them in a 3rd and long. Can you get off the field? You got one of the worst defenses in the league, but they've kept you in this ball game despite that. And if you ever needed them to step up for you, if you ever needed to step up, this is it, Penguins.
Did not spend a lot of cap on that defense. They're just 79 overall. And Fletcher Cox on the line's been a non-factor. Everything mostly going to the outside. Here's a chance to see him put it in the air. Hester! And here comes 4th down.
Oh my goodness, Joke goes to the gun-tight offset, has the wide out halfback swing. The corner route gets wide open, but just the execution isn't there, and now Joke has a 4th down. Biggest play of the game coming up, Scott. This is a momentum play.
And he's going for it.
Oh, gee.
4th and 8. Got to get to the 40. Clock stopped, 3:42 to go.
Oh, no, does Joke actually go to Lamar here on 4th and 8? Look at this audible battle going on at the line of scrimmage, Scott. This is a virtual chess match on the field going on.
And he will put it in the air.
Oh, that's good defense.
Lamar can't get away! And it's Jerome Baker coming up with a huge sack.
Wide open pass.
And the Penguins may be marching to the end zone. They're trying to get free. That's a good start to it right there with the defensive stand. We got ourselves ball game right now.
And Joke's got to use another timeout.
To Joke's credit, he's done a good job of staying calm in this game. His emotions have been in check. He's stayed laser focused, but now he's got to be feeling some pressure.
A well-rested Chris Johnson will take it to the 43, 2nd and 6.
Oh my goodness, how about the fight of Nico Gugarty?
He'll go to him again. We got Jukebox. It's time to use it.
Yeah, it's just been a non-factor.
Good luck. You got to bounce outside and been to the cribbo. Vic, here comes the heat. And now he's facing a fourth down.
Oh, gee, yeah, you got to remember, Scott, you spent 40 cap on that jukebox. Haven't been able to get busy with it, and now you got yourself in a 4th and 3. Big play after big play here in the 4th quarter.
Stevie J and Skimbo coming up next. This might be 4th in the game.
Do you want it or not? What type of dots do you got?
Just under 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
Sent some pistol right here. All right, he goes back to the gun. Right in his bunch.
Activates Marvin Harrison. Here on 4th down. Got some time and he's got the edge.
Got B.
And he'll smartly pick up the 1st down and get himself a new set of downs.
Yeah, that was smart, Scott. It looked like he had the post route for a touchdown, but we've seen Dion close in on that a little too much. Does the smart move, takes the 1st down. And this is just getting more intense and more intense as someone looking to make a big play, get all the momentum.
I mean, Primetime can line up 3 yards from the line of scrimmage and defend something 40 yards down the field. Vic, nobody home, and he'll slide down at the 24. And that was smart as well, because now the clock's going to move.
Yeah, I mean, Penguins has done a phenomenal job of using slide protection, the double team mechanic, blocking his tight end, blocking his halfback to pick up these pressures, and he's using it to roll out. And whenever Joke's not there with his user defender, that scramble has been there with the Vikings. And Penguins has done a good job utilizing all the mechanics he needs to pick up those protections and use that Vikings.
Trailing by a touchdown, a field goal won't do.
Stretch bubble.
And Chris Johnson will stumble. Pick up a few to the 21. It'll be 2nd and 7. And I think he's content with taking it to the 2-minute warning.
I like that play call right there, though, from Penguins. A little I-twin stretch bubble. It gives you a chance to get the ball to Chris Johnson, allow him to utilize that jukebox, and if it's not there, you could just check to that bubble screen, get it to Hester or Hill in the open space.
2-minute warning here at Pizza Hut Stadium. The venue that we bust out for the majors, and it's certainly seen some good games.
Oh, this has been a great game, and you know, hats off to Penguins. He wasn't prepared for this offense coming into the tournament, but he did a good job containing it, and that's allowed him to stay in this ball game. He just needs to now execute in the red zone.
Hands it off to Chris Johnson. He's trying to get to the edge with Keith Bullock right there at the 19.
And you see that star on the Bullock.
Boy, this is a hurry up.
Uh-oh.
Throw it into the end zone, and it's a touchdown! Penguins has a chance to tie the game or go for 2.
Oh my gosh, God, I'm looking over there. He just jumped out of his seat. Yeah, look at that emotion.
He has to fumble at some point.
How many times is this boy gonna get lucky? My God, man. How did he catch that?
At some point, he must fumble.
And we are tied with 98 seconds left in the game.
And that's not a good sign for Joe Coltrane. He's sitting there asking himself, how is he getting so lucky, getting a little tilted? Meanwhile, Penguins is geeked up, ready to rock. You just got to think the momentum is now in the favor of Penguins.
This is a tight window, a dippity dot presented by Snickers.
I mean, that is a tough one. Chris Johnson in double coverage, holds on to it though. Penguins doesn't care. He'll take it how he can get it. And you see him animated right now, as he should be. There's $10,000 on the line and your club championship tournament berth on the line. You got to leave it all out there on the virtual gridiron.
No spy on Lamar, so now he's got 25 carries for 153, but does step out of bounds at the 33, 90 seconds to go now. Just one timeout remaining for Joe.
And if you're Joke, this is where you got to run your best stuff. You got to, any of your dots that you've been saving, any of your money plays you feel most comfortable with, there's no more setup, there's no more clock control. You just need to get yourself in the field goal range right here and use your best stuff to do it.
Needs to get down to about the 35-yard line. He's got the 76 Chris Boswell with only 79 kick power. As Lamar will stretch out to the 38. Be a 2nd and 5 as Denzel Ward picks up his 3rd tackle.
If you're Penguins, that's what you want. Keep Lamar kind of going up the middle. Don't let him get to that sideline in that open field. Make him maneuver through all that junk going on in the trenches. It's too easy when you get to the outside.
Coming up on just 1 minute remaining in a tie ball game. Tyreek will come across the formation. Joke looking downfield and finds Marvin Harrison at the 43.
Oh, that is a big-time play from Joe. Geno Atkins with the power specialist coming right up the middle, ready to put hands on Lamar. Joe gets it off right in time, holds on to it.
Just 5 yards away from field goal range. This might be the play. 15 seconds remaining in the game. He gets outside of Ward. And he takes it to the 33.
That was insane, Scott. Penguins had him in the backfield, would have had a huge loss of downs. Instead, Joe gets in field goal range.
And now Penguins will use a timeout here.
Oh, man.
It's going to be a 50-yarder from there if he decides to pull out his boot. And something tells me he's going to take a knee here and try to get some of these more timeouts out of Penguins.
One miss. One miss.
If you're a joke, you got a 10-cap Boswell
One miss.
as your kicker. You're gonna have to get some leg on this for it to go in.
This won't be an easy one for sure.
This is a $10,000 kick coming up right here, Scott.
And remember, with the knee, you actually lose a yard. So here comes a 51-yarder. Ice, ice, baby. He'll kick it. It's up, and it is good.
Good game, bro.
And Joke is moving on in a barn burner. But it's the leg of Boswell that has the Browns and Joke with a 3-point win.
Oh, what a game. Good show of sportsmanship after that game. You see them handshake, and neither one of them should hang their heads. Joke, you continue to move on the tournament. It wasn't as pretty as you wanted it to be, but you earned yourself at least $20,000 to this point. And if you're Penguins, you made a good run. You made 10 grand. Nothing to hold your head down about.
Well, we had a lot of QB runs. We had a lot of field goals in this one between Joke and Penguins. Take a look at the highlights here. And Vic, you thought you had Hester, and Dion says, no, sir.
Yep, that's that full Dion. He's going to be a factor throughout this entire tournament. It's the best defense for that deep post. And Joke, this QB blast is going to be something for people to deal with as this tournament progresses.
You know, Lamar certainly had a chance to do it with his legs, his arms, and that was the biggest stop of the game. And then Penguins says, I got a dot for you.
One stop, he's saying. Unfortunately for him, this could have been the one stop right there, but Joe gets to the outside and able to hit this pressure kick. Ice, ice, baby. A guy like Joe don't care about ice. He got it.
51-yard game winner for Joe. Finds its way through the uprights, and it is a 3-point win for Joke after blanking Deliverance. Gets in a hell game with Penguins and barely escapes. Of course, Joke will be either facing Stevie J or Skimbo, but right now he's enjoying a victory and also enjoying hanging out with Evan.
Thanks, Scott. We've got Joke here, man. A $10,000 kick. That's what that was. How does it feel being the AFC North representative?
It feels good, but I still got to win 3 more games to get my first belt, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So just one game at a time, but I know I got 3 more.
So I know you've been thinking long-term for this entire year. Plus, I mean, maybe even longer than that. How much has winning a major meant to you in your process in Madden as a competitor?
I mean, it means everything. I feel like I've won enough money.
Yeah.
I do good on the side with other stuff I do. What I really want is a belt.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good for my legacy. I think that would make me a top 10 player of all time, and that's what I'm chasing, and I'm not going to stop chasing until I get it.
You know, that game started to slip away a little bit, and then you locked in later on. Somehow you made a mental shift and tactical shift. But what did Penguins do well that you saw that actually was, keeping the game close for most of it?
He was containing the blast, which I didn't think anybody would have D4, at least today. So I didn't really want to go to all my pass plays, but I kind of had to. I had so many chances to just put that game away, and I didn't. So I'm really mad at myself because I was up, I think, 7 with ball, and I got 3.
Yeah.
Then I was up 7 with ball again and got stopped. I did get a lucky one drive because I caught a wide open pass out of bounds, but still, I got to fight through that, and I got to manage the game way better than that. I was up 7 and wasn't even clocking, trying to quick hike. That was just really bad by my part.
Yeah, but late in the game, you had a long run. I mean, that set up the drive. Let's take a look at it here. Take us through this last little moment and, of course, that final field goal.
I actually got kind of lucky. That guy, if he clicks on it, he just flicks the stick down or presses A. He probably tackles me. That's the beauty of fast break, though. The ability makes people run backwards, and it's probably why it let me get that first down. And I'm spending 174 cap on my quarterback, so I'm hoping he makes plays like that.
Yeah. I mean, you've been the Browns representative for 3 years in a row now. What does it mean to be a part of that familiar face for the organization and kind of becoming more and more a part of the team, really?
It feels good. Browns, you guys can finally tweet me. It's the 3rd time I win. 2nd time I make the final 8. Still haven't got a tweet. So hopefully they tweet me so I can feel more like family.
I love it, man. So you're going to face the winner of Stevie J and Skimbo. Obviously, 2 big names. You saw him play earlier today. What are your thoughts on that matchup facing any of those guys?
I'm very prepared for both of them. Stevie, Z, and B, I play them all the time. And Skimbo runs bunch. That's all I play against. So regardless who I got to play, I'm going to be prepared against both of them.
All right, man. You got a journey to continue, but good luck getting this far.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That's Joke. He just became your AFC North divisional champion. And that means we've summed it up. The AFC North has their division winner. And when we come back, it's time to push through a pro from the AFC East. It's the 3-time major winner Skimbo for the Patriots taking on Stevie J of the Bills, who is looking for his first Madden major. It's the AFC East division final when we come back. The Madden NFL 20 Club Championship is presented by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers. The Madden NFL 20 Club Championship is also brought to you in part by Pizza Hut. No one out pizzas the Hut.